Let me spin, coach. Let me spin. Put me in the game. You know when Booby gonna do it, he gonna knock him out in some black knights. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we talking about running backs today. 2021 top 12 RBs. Let's get it. Dilly dilly.
Holy shit.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, RUMBOYZ Robbie of the RUMBOYZ Fantasy Network. Final draft season, final draft week is here. It's upon us. I'm here to take care of you guys. I want to go ahead and just put out my final rankings for all the positions. I'm just going to give you all my top 12 before the season kicks off. Before the season kicks off, I want to make sure that we got it documented. So y'all know where my head is at. Y'all know how I'm feeling, and hopefully, we give you guys some fantasy football advice along the way. Help you guys win your championships. Yo, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the RUMBOYZ and girls. What it do, dilly dilly. Just so you guys know, this is brought to you. This video is brought to you guys by monkeyknifefight.com. Promo code RUMBOYZ. Get on over there for daily fantasy prop action. You're into props like I am. Get on over to monkeyknifefight.com. Use our promo code RUMBOYZ, and we're going to match you on your very first deposit all the way up to $100. So make sure you guys get over there. Take advantage of that great value. Also, download the SportsMe app. If you have a fantasy football question, go over to the SportsMe app. Post it on the SportsMe app. I'm answering questions all day throughout the day, getting you guys taken care of. So make sure you get on that as well. Download the SportsMe app, available on iOS and Android. Dilly dilly. All righty, let's get right into it. We got some running backs to discuss. Let's go ahead and kick it right off with number 12. Ladies and gentlemen, yo, Najee Harris. We start this one off right away with a rookie, okay, to start off our top 12. Look, when have Pittsburgh running backs traditionally always produce? It doesn't matter who they are. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, who they're dealing with. I know that, everyone's like, oh, well, Costanzo left, in that offensive line. And, well, look at the amount of time that Big Ben has, whenever dropping back, and what if it's a pass play? Look, Najee can catch out the backfield. He's going to be great for PPR. We saw him tear it up during the preseason. I'm all the way in on Najee Harris, and I'm really, really loving Najee Harris. If I'm able to, get this guy and then get Najee Harris on the turn, I really, really like that recipe for success. I think that Najee's going to be one of those guys that hits. I mean, you only have in your first round, you only have a 33.3% chance of that pick hitting. So I think that Najee back in or right on that turn of that 12 could be a good pick. Even if deeper in the second it continues to fall, I really like it. I love it. I want a whole lot more of it. Ladies and gentlemen, next up we have Jonathan Taylor. So I have Jonathan Taylor at 11. I kind of debated on whether or not I wanted to move Najee to 11 and Jonathan Taylor to 12. Look, I'm all on the fade JT train, but I do still have him as a top 12 back because who the hell else do they have in that offense with T.Y. Hilton going down? Carson Wentz is still freaking not going to be back because of the whole ankle thing. So he's going to be missing some time. Are you going to go out there with Eason? And then your backup Ellinger is also banged up. Or no, I think you have to leave Ellinger's on the COVID list, actually. Just so much going on in Indy. We discussed it on RUMBOYZ After Dark last night. Should this team probably just, say sayonara and fucking tank? But there's still, a great option for them to compete. Jonathan Taylor will probably be the most productive and the most fantasy-friendly aspect of the Indianapolis Colts, in my opinion. Next up, we have Nick Chubb. It's your boy. Yo, fucking running with the Chubb, man. Pause. you got to go out there and get you some Nick Chubb. This man, prior to his injury, he actually, even with his injury, he still ended as a top 12 back in 2020. And then the Cleveland offense was able, because of Baker being under center a lot and the way that they utilize a lot of spread formations, it's very easy for them to disguise the run game. With that being said, and with that being stated, I do believe that Chubb is still is going to put on another performance, and even better this season. Don't be shocked if this man moves up this list throughout the season as we continue to go. We continue to track these rankings and adjust and move players up and down as the season progresses. But definitely all in on Nick Chubb. That this offense is able to supplement two top 12 backs potentially, and Chubb and Kareem Hunt both finished in the top 12 last year. It could very well happen again. Super all in on Nick Chubb. You guys need to go and get him on your fantasy rosters. Next up, Antonio Gibson. Now, I have been on record saying a lot of people have Gibson lower, okay? They want to see more. They want to see Gibson produce a lot more, see what he does behind this new Washington O-line. Fitz is going to be the quarterback now. So people are suggesting that Washington will throw more. Look, I don't give a damn, okay? Gibson he's a guy. He needs to be rostered. I have him ending, okay? I've been on record stating, all right, on my Twitter account, I have Antonio Banderas Gibson ending as RB6 or better at the end of this year, okay? And I'm planting my flag that, yes, he will be the 6th overall. There's going to be some guys that we're going to talk about, as this progresses, that I think that, are still going to kind of hold those top 5 shares. And maybe, Chubb maybe can if he is healthy for a full season, maybe we're talking about Chubb as like a top 5 guy. I think that Gibson is just right on the outside of that. He's just right there. And I'm excited for Gibson for a long time to come. Dude, potential Canton bound, Next up, this one, I debated it with a lot. This is probably the lowest that I've ever ranked him. And that's Saquon Barkley. Now look, okay, hang on. Many can make the case for Saquon to be lower. And I respect those cases because they're surrounding his injury history. He is the most effective piece of that Giants squad, of that Giants offense, which means he's going to get used a lot, which can result in possible re-aggravation of things. But from what I'm hearing, y'all saw the homie Nicky Snacks. Shout out to the whole BDG crew. He was on the show last night on RUMBOYZ After Dark, and he was like, man, I was at Giants practice. I was up close and personal. He's like, I make sure, I got paid attention to Saquon. He's like, Saquon looks fresh. He's saying that Saquon looks fresh. I'm slightly convinced. I put him right here at 8 just because I don't know if I want to go back out there and reinvest this year in redraft formats in Saquon Barkley, and possibly get burned again. I've been burned by Saquon twice, and I don't want to keep dealing with that and keep reliving that. But when he's in and he's healthy, he's a game changer. Another one of those like hey, if he's healthy, this is a potential top 5 guy. And then you also have to worry about the fact that Daniel Jones fumbles a lot and drops easy snaps, so that takes away opportunities from Saquon. So it's a whole thing. It's a vibe. Next up, we have Austin Eckler. I put Austin Eckler at 7 and could maybe even be at 6, but I have him at 7. Once again, kind of what I was talking about with Saquon with those injuries. But with Austin Eckler, he played through his wrist injury. Okay. What was that, back in 2019? Last year was a hamstring, and I don't feel like he's going to re-aggravate that. the biggest piece of alarm in his injury history, the biggest alarm in his injury history is the concussions, the 2 concussions. Because the more concussions that you get as your career goes, the more time that you miss. You're not going to get cleared as fast. So the concussions are what is the red flag with Austin Eckler. But I do believe that Eckler will be fine. Eckler on record stating, hey, with Lombardi here, Joe Lombardi here, I really believe that I can, kind of play in that Alvin Kamara role. A lot of analysts have compared Eckler to Kamara in this upcoming season and things that they're going to be able to do differently. I love Herbert passing to out the backfield to Eckler. I think it's a potential recipe for success from a fantasy standpoint there. And plus, Eckler loves fantasy football, so shout out, right? Let's see. Next up, we got Ron Jones, Aaron Jones. Now, look, I've had Aaron Jones on multiple fantasy rosters in previous years, and the guy just kind of doesn't let you down. Will there be maybe 1 or 2 games that he can miss? But then you just slide in, back in 2020, you could slide in Jamal Williams and you'd be fine. Now you got to worry about A.J. Dillon, and, that's a different story. I'm not an A.J. Dillon truther. I feel like this is just going to be 100% like the Aaron Jones show this year, which is in regards to as to why I am all in on Aaron Jones. Like we've always said, don't get cute. Go with what you know. Aaron Jones is going to be going. He's going to be going in the first round in many of your drafts. Maybe into the second potentially. If you're a super flex, everyone just goes quarterbacks. Have no problems with Aaron Jones being my RB1. You're likely not going to be able to get him as an RB2 unless you're like on the turn or something or the other. But I'm all in on Aaron Jones. You got to roster him. It's Aaron Jones RB1 season all over again. Next up, we have Ezekiel Elliott. I know everyone's like, whoa, putting a Cowboy that high? Whoa, didn't you get burned by Zeke last year? Dak is back healthy. And as long as Dak is healthy, Zeke is going to perform. It's like if Dak is not around, I feel like Zeke is just emotionally scarred, and he's just like, my best friend's not here, and he can't play football the same way. But with Dak on the field and Dak doing all the things that he does throughout the air, hook it up, and he's going to be connecting with CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, a great route runner, get separation. Cooper's going to be going off. Blake Jarwin is going to be fucking Dalton Schultz into it's damn near what through the last 8 weeks of the season as tight end 14. Like, fuck, Blake Jarwin was going to eat down, So Dallas is going to be moving the chains very rapidly through the air, which is now going to open up for the run game, baby. A lot of runs. We know how they love to utilize Zeke down there in Dallas. I think they're trying to start sprinkling in some Tony Pollard, but I don't think that affects Zeke. What else is there to say about Zeke? I'm done talking about Zeke before I turn into fucking Jerry Jones, right? And me as a Washington fan can't do that. Can't have that. Dalvin Cook. I have Dalvin Cook at 4 only because of the injuries, okay? Because of his long list of injuries, all right? Which, hey, you could, it's like, well, you talked about injuries earlier with Saquon and Austin Eckler, you have them lower. Look, Cook is still he's a complete and total game changer. When he's in for you, he's winning you your league. He is winning you your week when Dalvin is in. When they let Dalvin cook, everybody's getting roasted. Everybody's getting fired up. Love Dalvin Cook. Not afraid to put his shoulder down, put his shoulder through a motherfucker's face. Love Dalvin Cook. Next up, Alvin Kamara. What's there not to say about Alvin Kamara? He's probably gonna give you what, like 800 on the ground and then like 300, 400, through the air. And with Jameis Winston there as quarterback from PPR standpoint, I'm loving Alvin Kamara even more. Just because of that upside of like, Jameis is gonna fucking throw a lot. Like you're just gonna have Alvin Kamara just running routes and coming out the backfield and catching passes. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. That's why I put Kamara at 3. Just that pass catching out the backfield, high ceiling type of shit that I really, really like for AK. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? Like I said earlier with Aaron Jones, don't get cute. This man I have at 2. And, first off, shout out to homie Brad Evans. Brad Evans has Henry as 1. All right. I'm not as crazy as some other folks. You guys can check out the rankings on Fantasy Pros. I'm not as crazy as some of my other colleagues in the industry. I kept it reasonable. All right. And I put Derrick Henry as RB2. I know I'm a Henry truther. Got him on the graphic here. I was excited seeing his game-worn jersey in Canton. Look, at the end of the day, there is still that whole argument of, well, he doesn't catch enough out the backfield. But yards are yards, baby. And if he's going to be getting you those 10-plus bonuses, those 10-yard bonuses, take it. Take it. Take it. If he's going to have those big breakout plays where he's just stiff-arming and shoving motherfuckers to the ground and still breaking free, take it. If he's going to get you the touchdowns, take it. Points are points. This is fantasy football, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I almost wanted to put Henry at 1, but he is still king, and that is CMC. He's still the number 1. He's going to come back healthy. Sam Darnold, I definitely feel is an upgrade from Bridgewater last year. And now that they're kind of figuring out their weapons on offense a lot more solidly, I think that CMC is going to have an amazing, impeccable season. There's no reason why he shouldn't be RB1 and be the first running back off the board. Injury aside, I mean, he's never really given us a reason why he's not the one. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been my top 12 running backs. I will be getting quarterbacks and tight ends done for you today. So be on the lookout for those. If I don't drop, I'll probably drop one of them today, and then I'll give you the other tomorrow. But yeah, 5 days away from NFL kickoff. Hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are excited for the season. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the rum boys and girls, what it do. Dilly dilly, baby. Let's go.